very interesting. Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. I was too busy reading my Japanese fine dining magazine.
You're holding it upside down.
I knew that.
So as you guys can see, I do not know Japanese yet, but I am trying to learn it. And I was hoping with this video series about teaching Japanese that we'd be able to kind of like go on this journey together if you're learning Japanese as well. So even though I'm not going to school for this and I'm not a Japanese teacher, I find that if I can teach somebody something or like share my experiences through video, it helps me to remember it a lot more. So maybe we can exchange tips with each other in the comment section and help each other through this, because learning Japanese can be really, really tough. I'm starting out with katakana, moving on to hiragana, and then on to the dreaded kanji, where I am definitely going to need your help because I am really flummoxing with memorizing some of these things. So if you would like to follow my Japanese language adventures, subscribe to my Open the Happy channel, and I will see you guys online. We can do this! Fighto!
Starting out with ah. So if you look at this letter, it looks like you're never going to remember it, but if you turn it sideways, it looks a lot like the letter A to begin with. So as long as you remember that it's an ah sound and not an A sound, you'll be all right. Here's an example that I've seen in Japan for things like aisu. So if you go to a coffee shop, you'll see like an iced latte or some kind of iced beverage, I guess. This drawing has gone terribly wrong. Okay, we're moving into E. Kind of think of it like ee, like that kind of sound, like if you put cold hands on a tummy. I like to remember this as a pair of chopsticks. That has gone terribly wrong. Let me start again. Okay, it looks like you're holding a pair of chopsticks up, like I'm going to eat this. Get it? That doesn't even look like a chopstick. I don't even know what I drew there, but the original Japanese letter looks like a pair of chopsticks, right guys? And here is a real life example. I've seen it before on menus for pineapple juice, but it's been shortened down to pine, like the pine tree, but for pineapple. I think of this a lot like Luhan. Play it like a flute, like ooh, that kind of a sound. I think the letter looks a lot like a unicorn, so it helps me to remember that it's kind of like that ooh sound. Look at it, come on. And if you don't think it's a unicorn, you can also think that it looks a lot like a rabbit, like a side profile of a rabbit, which is convenient because USAGI is Japanese for rabbit. And you know whose nickname was Rabbit? Sailor Moon's nickname was Rabbit. And I have done a terrible drawing of Sailor Moon that... Okay, I just need to get rid of this immediately. Next up, good old Canadian not A, but Think of it like elevator. And if you look at it, it looks a lot like elevator doors, right? So you're like, hold the elevator, like the elevator. A real life use would be at a coffee shop, because this is the long word for espresso. So we're looking at espresso. Also, I'm not too clear what this little happy face in the center does, so if you guys can let me know, that would be great. Oh my. I also like to remember this because this is a very confusing looking letter, but you can kind of see that it looks like a person. Like, and he's kind of like, oh, my scarf is dragging. Oh my, I'm so old. Here's a real life example. This is the word for Oreo, but it's more like what am I doing right now? Okay, here we go, I got this. Perfect Oreo. So now we're taking all those basic vowel sounds we learned and adding K's in front of them. Starting with ka. So ka, I think a lot like a kata, which is from karate, and it looks like a guy that's, oh my god, what have I done here? Okay, so imagine somebody that's doing karate and they're going down in like a stance. That's like, looks kind of to me what they're doing. Maybe just because there's karate in my family, so it just looks like a kata to me. This may not be helpful for everybody, I realize that now. Here's an example that comes up all the time. This would be for curry, but it's more like kare, and that little line means to drag out the second sound. There is so much curry in Japan, it is unreal, so know this word. Not to mention, you should get to know Coco curry. One of the easiest of all letters, ki. This looks literally like a key. I mean, it can't get much easier than that. Unless you're into shiny, and then you might picture this instead, in which maybe visualize somebody dancing? I don't know how to picture key in that. So here's an example of key being used. This is the word for chicken, and even though there is a Japanese word for it, I've seen it come up on foreign menus where it actually says chicken instead, like maybe chicken salad. So it'll say chi ki in chicken, which relates nicely to shiny. Okay, this is a tough one to learn because there are different letters that look just like it. This is ku, and I kind of think of it like a side profile of a cushion, but instead of cushion, I'm gonna go for like Kushin. That's how I kind of picture it. A real life example of this would be the word pork. And once again, this would mostly be on a foreign menu because there is a Japanese word for pork. It's actually a kanji that I'm still trying to memorize. But for foreign menus, they often say like, oh, it's pork salad or pork something. You can remember it like, use the pork. Get it? Star Wars reference. Now this letter might look a lot like the other one we just did. This is for ke. But if you look carefully, if you turn it sideways, it looks a lot like the letter K, which works nicely. K, right? Just don't memorize it as K and then say it wrong the whole time. Surprisingly, Ken is a very popular name in Japan. It's also the name of the real estate agent that helped us find our house. Really can't think of another word besides Ken. We're just gonna go with that. Sorry guys. Let me know if you can think of another K word. Don't worry, I'll probably wake up in the middle of the night remembering another word that starts with K and I'll just scream it out randomly and Simon will wonder what is going on. So please give me another word with K in it before I lose my mind. Here comes an easy one, guys. This is ko, and it looks like that, which looks like a corner to me, like it's missing the corner, like you're driving around a car and there's the corner. Pretty easy. It does have a similar friend, which we will get to later on, but here's an example. Cocoa, which means like chocolate. I feel like I've seen like 5 different ways to spell chocolate in Japan, but cocoa seems pretty common when you go to a coffee shop. I guess it just fits the board a lot easier. I love the cocoa. So we've just learned a, e, u, e, o, ka, ki, ku, ke, ko. And please share any suggestions you have for better ways to memorize this in the comment section below. Let's all share each other's tips.